unfortunately, with Kashmir, what happens is everybody is allowed to have an opinion on Kashmir, about Kashmir, except for a Kashmiri. And that was very problematic to me. That was something that I was not comfortable with at all. That thought process is something I wanted to change. And I realized that it's very important to take control of our narrative. We can keep talking about other people not letting us speak, but what are we doing to create avenues where we are speaking ourselves? I've been out of Kashmir for almost 10 years. I mean, I had that realization while having that conversation with you earlier. And I was like, wow, it's been 10 years. And that's a long time. But I have always been somebody who's been very attached to our culture. And I think moving out made me realize what we have is amazing and brilliant and needs people to talk about it a lot more. I think that permanence of the fact that I moved and there was no way for me to kind of stay connected with home anymore was hurtful, if I can put it, very mildly. And I really wanted to be able to do something to ensure that I was closer and connected. I was horrified at what was being sold in the name of Kashmiri food. I mean, that rista was nothing like a rista should be or could be or would be. It was a oily red mirchi ki gravy with a kofta in it. It was really bad. It was.
You are triggering all my negativity. I don't think that why she doing this.
Yeah, so that's exactly what happened to me, and I started getting into a zone which is completely male dominated. Vazwan. Who does, like, have you seen any women in the Vazwan space at all? Even when there is a function at home, the women will do the pran cleaning and the haak cleaning, and that's about it, and make kahwa at max. But it's the men who will take care of vazas kya chubakar, what do you have to get, how much, maas kya chanun, maas kya churatun. And I literally got into the thick of things. I've gone through the process of sourcing the meat as well. So, I've done it all, been there, done that. And a lot of the vendors were also surprised in terms of, oh, why is this lady looking at, what kind of lamb she needs.
It intrigues me that you did not mention that example. Lauki ke chilke ka.
Oh, yes.
You have to mention that.
So the lauki ke chilke ka kebab is a very interesting dish that is made in the homes of Lucknow, where you actually are able to see the economic shrewdity of a house running a a homemaker woman. Lauki is a very cheap vegetable in the region, and it's a thing where you want to be able to use all aspects of a vegetable. So the chilka of the lauki is peeled off. The lauki is turned into, say, a halwa or even a sabzi. But the chilka is peeled off and cooked in a very interesting manner with some chana dal and all of that, and made into a shami kebab. And the taste is amazing, and you won't be able to tell whether this is whether this is a galauti kebab or a lauki ke chilke ka kebab. Yes, my husband is my co-founder, and he basically handles the financial aspects of things, and I handle the operations.
You started this brand
Yes,
together.
yes, we started this together.
#couple.
Yeah, we started together. I mean, businesses are not about emotions.
Right.
Business is about being practical. You need to know what your limitations are. You need to know. See, when you're running a business like this, you need to understand that there are rentals, there are salaries, these are your fixed costs, these are your variable costs, these are what your, costs look like. And how deep in your pocket can you dig? You can't go bankrupt trying to run a business. That's not how it works. You need to know when you have to stop. If my parents would not have pitched in at that point of time, even though it would have been very hard for me emotionally, I would have taken that decision to stop putting in any more money, and I would have shut the place, because that I had done the maximum to my capacity at that point of time. All of your preconceived notions basically have some basis to it. So yes, there is certain basis to the fact that almost everybody's talking about hustle culture and startup culture and number crunching and tech and big startup and entrepreneurial jargon is a part of conversations in Bangalore. But it's also a city that's comparatively slower to Mumbai. there's a certain ease to how everything happens in Bangalore.